Hello, my name is Laura, and you're listening to Going In, Going Out, a performance for the radio and a dance across many households. This performance is designed to be experienced indoors from a room in your home or residence. It's an invitation to pause what you're doing for the next 30 minutes and dedicate some time to draw your focus inwards and connect with your body. I'd like to invite you to find a comfortable place to begin from. But before you get settled, take a moment to check the space around you is free from trip hazards or items that might get easily knocked over. If that's not possible, try to stay aware of what is around you as you move. And when you're ready, take up your position to begin from. This could be standing, sitting in a chair, lying down on a mat, bed or cushions. Try to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Over the course of this next half hour, I will offer instructions, questions and invitations for you to guide you through a journey of thought, feeling, memory and movement. Sometimes these will come as words, and other times as sounds or music. You may want to remain still and listen from your comfortable place. You may want to take these as invitations to move around your space. You may choose to move in a small way, with only your hands or another part of your body. You might imagine movement, or let yourself go off in a daydream. At times, I do offer suggestions as to how you might respond, but you can choose to take or leave these suggestions and adapt them to suit your body and space. This performance is being broadcast publicly, but it is experienced inside, in private, in the things you feel, think and do. By listening in, you are participating in a performance connecting people across many different households in a shared moment in time. Thank you for being here with us. Take a moment to arrive, to try and find stillness. Allow the swirl of thoughts and clutter of the day to start to slow and settle. Notice the places where your body comes into contact with the floor or other surfaces. Perhaps the soft presence of a cushion at your back, or the scratch of carpet against skin, the warm heat of a hand in your lap. Just acknowledge what these sensations feel like, the texture, the pressure, the size of the area which is making contact. Just noticing and allowing these sensations to ground you and connect your mind in with your body, anchoring you in the present. You can return to focusing in on these sensations at any time you need. I'm going to invite you to focus on your breathing and your body for a couple of minutes, so you may want to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take your attention to your breathing, in through the nose and out through the mouth if you can. Notice the subtle sensation the air makes against your nose or your lips as it passes. Can you feel what temperature the air is as it enters and exits your body? Does it change or remain the same? Bring your attention now to your skin, to the surface of your body where it meets the air or your clothes. Without using your hands to touch, can you feel what temperature your skin is right now? Try to bring your attention deeper now than your skin. Draw it in and down to the muscles and bone and blood flowing through you. What temperature is your body? Can you feel its warmth, its rhythm? Opening your attention out a little to the space around you. What can you hear? Try to focus in on sounds that are distant or far away. What can you hear right at the outer boundary of your hearing? Perhaps the soft rumble of a nearby road, or footsteps in the neighbouring room. Try to focus in on that faraway sound for a moment. And now bring your attention to sounds which are much closer to you. Maybe the sound of a clock ticking, a radiator humming, or even your own breath or pulse. Choose one sound close by and try to focus your attention on just that sound. And then return to simply listening once more. Has anything changed? If your eyes are still closed, gently begin to open them and let the light return to your eyes. Looking forwards from where you are now, what can you see? What is directly ahead in the centre of your gaze? And what's towards the edges of your vision? Notice the objects and the furniture, the walls or windows, the plaster of the ceiling or the colour of a carpet. Have you been here before? Do you know this place well? Is this somewhere you feel at home? What are the textures, the smells, the sounds? Allow your eyes to explore, to notice the details you wouldn't normally see. The curling of a piece of wallpaper, a small crack sneaking through the wall, the new leaf of a plant which is just emerging from its curled bud. Allow yourself to notice the lines and the shapes they make, the colours and the patterns. Let yourself notice the light and the shadows, the movements and the stillness in the things you see. Begin to look for lines. Lines in the swirls of ceiling plaster, the edges of a door frame, the arm of a chair, the lines formed by shadows, or the folds in a curtain. Start to follow these lines with your gaze, as if you were tracing the outlines of the furniture, objects and shapes in front of you with your eyes. Let this process of looking from line to line lead your gaze in a gentle dance across the room. If you can, allow this looking to begin to turn your head as you follow your gaze. Let your eyes lead you in a journey around the space. You might begin to let the movement of your head start to become a little bigger, moving into the shoulders and the upper back. This movement could take you to sitting, or to standing, or to begin to move around your space, to be gently rocked or pulled as your eyes move around the room, always being led by your gaze and your head. You may choose to just use a hand or finger to trace in the air the lines that your eyes are following, as if sketching out what you see in front of you in mid-air. Or you may stay where you are, simply following the lines with your eyes. Spend some time with this invitation, being led by your gaze. How does it feel to do this slowly, taking in all the details? Or to do this quickly, dancing across the shapes and lines laid out by the features of the room. See if you can find a way for your gaze to arrive at a corner of the room you're in, at the place where the structure of two walls meets the point of the ceiling. Let your attention rest here, in the corner of the room. What can you see? Is it empty or cluttered? Faded and forgotten, or bathed in bright light? What do you notice about the corner of the room? Perhaps it's emptiness or simplicity. Perhaps you see an opening out or a closing in. You might notice a kind of quiet that seems to gather here, like dust. Or perhaps it feels more like an echo. There's often space to be found in the corner of the room, space for the things beyond objects, furniture, or people, space for poetry, space for thoughts, space for dreams. Try to tune in to the corners of the room. Sense the space there. What is present? Perhaps the sound of a dear friend laughing, or secrets of spontaneity and passion, the kind which were never spoken out loud but occasionally find their way into your thoughts, bringing with them a warm rush and a private smile. Perhaps the corners of the room is where your worries or fears go, pushed out of the way while you get on with your day. Perhaps among them are hopes, ambitions, dreams of the future. Maybe here there is space for grief, too. The faces whose details you cannot recall so well anymore. Or the comforting presence of someone loved and loss, there should you need them. What is present in the corners of your room? And returning your attention to your body, try to bring awareness to the corners of your body. Does a body have corners? Perhaps. Perhaps wherever you find the bends in the joints, the slope of a shoulder, the sharp right angle of a bent knee or elbow, the curve from ankle to foot. Or perhaps corners feel to you like the places which have a certain quiet to them. What do you notice about the corners of your body today? Maybe you sense a dull ache deep in the joints, or the heavy warmth of resting muscles. In the same way that space can be found in the corners of even the most cluttered rooms, try to offer the corners of your body a sense of space too. Each time you breathe in and out, imagine your body becoming a little lighter, a little longer, creating a little more space between your joints. Space to hold the stories of your bones and the memories of your flesh with lightness and tenderness. Stay with that feeling. And if it feels possible, explore moving with the feeling of space in the corners of your body, space in the corners of the room. To be with a fullness and a lightness, to move with care for all you carry. How does it feel to move this way? What is there space for? What can you let go of? Allow these sounds to drift into the corners of your room, the corners of your body, and the corners of your mind like clean, fresh air blowing through an open window. And with that air, you can also send away any thoughts, feelings, or sensations you no longer need. For the next few minutes, I will pause offering spoken invitations and instead invite you on a journey through sound. As the soundscape moves from place to place, I encourage you to drop inwards to the archive of the body's memory, to recall feelings, sensations, and spaces which exist beyond this room. The tickle of long grass against bare skin, the shock of cold water as a wave washes over you, the smell of the air in the place you grew up, warm sweat on your skin as you tumble onto the street in a crowd of flush-faced dancers in the early hours of the morning. A lingering tingle of a soft and welcome caress nestled in the nape of your neck. And when you're ready, let that exploration slowly come to a close. Notice the places where your body comes into contact with the floor or other surfaces, without using your hands to touch. What temperature is your skin? What temperature is your body? Can you feel its warmth, its rhythm? What can you hear? Try to focus in on sounds that are distant or far away. And now to sounds which are much closer. Has anything changed? Allow your body to tune into the rhythm. Perhaps a tapping or a nodding. It might be small, just one finger or toe. Or perhaps it rocks and grooves through your whole body. Wherever you find it, stay with that rhythm, with that movement. And acknowledge the memories and the places you visited, the stillness you allowed yourself, or the movements which you made. Acknowledge the space you found in the corners of your body, in the corners of the room. See if you can allow that sense of space, of fullness and lightness and care for all you carry to be with you now. Know that in this moment, you are connected with others across time and space in a shared act of listening and moving. Welcome in that feeling of connection, of community. I'm going to leave you now, and the music will play you out. I invite you to continue tapping, rocking, moving with the rhythm, and to allow that movement to gently carry you back into your day. Thank you for joining us. Going In, Going Out was conceived and created by Laura Fisher, with sound design and music by Sonia Killmann. It was produced with support from Future Paisley and Renfrewshire Leisure.